Howdy again everyone, fresh into my lens testing sphere of influence today ventures the new Tokina SZ 900mm f11 PRO Reflex MF CF mirror lens, currently for Canon EOS M, Fuji X and Sony E-mount cameras. Anyone who's kept half an eye on my YouTube channel for longer than, well, a little while, will know what mirror lenses are all about. Their advantages are that they can be relatively small and affordable while offering huge telephoto reach, and their disadvantages are that they often have soft image quality, are manual focus only, have darker maximum apertures and unusual bokeh. This lens costs $700 and it is only designed to cover an aps-c image circle. Here's what you'll get on a full frame camera, although that's actually not bad coverage to be honest, and 900mm, that is simply a crazy focal length, especially on an aps-c camera, although that aperture of only f11 is certainly quite dark. You'll really want to use a tripod for best results with this lens. I'd like to thank Tokina for providing a sample copy of this lens for testing, although as usual this is a totally independent review. The lens's body is very simple, being made of metal and weighing 725 grams, it's far lighter than what a conventional super telephoto lens would weigh, even one with a darker aperture. Most of the lens's body is made up of a rubberized focus ring, which turns very smoothly and very heavily. Although it turns almost 360 degrees, that's still not precise enough at 900mm to focus very easily. It's really quite tricky to nail focus with this thing manually, to be honest, and it is a fully manual lens with no electronics. For anyone interested, here you can see that the lens displays almost no focus breathing, but you can also see the donut-shaped bokeh highlights here, which are typical for any mirror lens. The lens comes with a metal hood, and its filter thread size is 86mm. Overall, the build quality here is tough and dead simple, but I really do have to emphasize that trying to focus this thing is not easy. Alright, let's look at image quality. The lens is designed for aps-c cameras, it only has one focal length and aperture, so this really shouldn't take long. I didn't have the space to shoot my ordinary test chart this time, I'm afraid. It would have been just too far away, the focal length is just too long. I'm testing it on a 24 megapixel Sony a5100 and there are no in-camera corrections available here. In the middle of the image, the lens is quite soft with low contrast, but we can at least make out what's going on there. The good news though is that corner image quality is no worse and we're not seeing any chromatic aberration either. So overall it is a soft lens, but not the worst I've ever seen. I seem to remember the old Samyang 800mm f8 lens being worse. Let's look at vignetting and distortion now. Good news here, there's almost none to speak of. The lens has a fabulous minimum focus distance of 2.61 meters. Now that seems like a long way, but at 900mm it offers excellent magnification. However, at those close distances, contrast really drops out. Let's see how the lens works against bright lights now. Flaring only really becomes an issue when very bright lights are right on the edge of the image frame. And finally, bokeh. As I mentioned already, donut-shaped bokeh is the order of the day here, although some people find that interesting. Despite that though, deeply out of focus backgrounds look surprisingly smooth. At the end of the day, well, this is a mirror lens. What do you expect? All the usual advantages and disadvantages are there. It offers incredible telephoto reach in a lens that's not too big, and it has good macro ability. On the flip side, it's tricky to manually focus and it's really not very sharp at all. I'd say that for most people, the cons outweigh the pros here. It really is a bit of a tricky lens to use, especially without a tripod, and the image quality isn't too good. But anyone with the patience to manually focus this thing, and who also needs some incredible reach, and doesn't need the sharpest image quality, well, this one could be useful.